So I would like to collect that. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That probably sounded disgusting. Hello and welcome to another episode of As Told by Gonzo. Welcome to my HD DVD collection video. This is video 3 of the series. Next, I will be doing my VHS collection as well, but this video is going to focus on HD DVD and my collection of that format. I'm not really going to go into much of like the HD DVD versus Blu-ray kind of war that happened between 2006 and 2008. We're gonna get started. Just jump right in. The first one up is The War, which I know for a fact is not on Blu-ray, because I was seeking out this movie for a very long time, and I got in like this big bundle I got off eBay. Anyway, a really good coming-of-age movie with Kevin Costner and Elijah Wood that takes place during the summer of 1970. I feel like Kevin Costner is in a lot of like baseball movies. This isn't a baseball movie, but he's in a lot of baseball movies like Bill Durham, Field of Dreams, and For the Love of the Game. I feel like, and he's even in that football movie, for Final Draft or something like that. I feel like if Kevin Costner wasn't an actor, he'd be like a professional baseball player or something to deal with sports, something like that. Next one up is The 40-Year-Old Virgin. This is one of my favorite Judd Apatow movies, and Steve Carell is hilarious in this movie. Very good if you've never seen 40-Year-Old Virgin. I do also have the Oceans trilogy. Next one up is Liar Liar. This movie's fucking hilarious. If you've never seen Liar Liar, it's about this lawyer who keeps promising his kid that he'll like be here for him. During his birthday, his kid wishes that his dad would never lie, and so Jim Carrey's character just can't lie anymore, and the antics and troubles he gets into is just fucking hilarious. Jim Carrey is one of those actors that hasn't like fallen off, but he doesn't do as much mainstream stuff anymore, which is kind of sad because he's one of my favorite comedians. Next one up is something that I have not seen since the only time I've ever seen it, and it was at a drive-in theater. It's The Skeleton Key. The next one is one that I know doesn't have a Blu-ray release at all. And it's The River with Mel Gibson and Sissy Spacek. I don't know how to say her last name. The chick from Carrie, the original one. I've not seen this movie, but I know this doesn't have a Blu-ray release, and it won some awards for when it came out. It won some awards, so I definitely gotta give this movie a watch. Next one up is Dante's Peak. I have a very, very vivid childhood memory of watching this movie when I was a kid. It takes place in a fictional town in the state of Washington, which I am from. So as a kid, I thought that the Mount Rainier, which I lived by, was going to blow up and we're all going to die. So something about like natural disaster movies was like a thing in the 90s. Like Volcano had just come out, and Daylight with Sylvester Stallone was just coming out as well. Next one up is Backdraft. This is one of those HD DVDs that I accidentally double dipped on. I did not realize that I owned this on Blu-ray until after I bought it, because it was only like 50 cents, and this is one of my favorite firefighter movies. Directed by Ron Howard and stars Kurt Russell. This movie's really good. It's just about like firefighting, and there's this guy around the area of the city starting fires on purpose to kill the firefighters and kind of collect insurance money and things like that. Very, very, really, really well done. The practical effects are really good and still hold up, and the music. This is an early score, I believe, by Hans Zimmer. Yeah, Hans Zimmer did this very, very early score from him. He went on to do the Batman Dark Knight trilogy as well, and a lot of Christopher Nolan stuff. But really, really good firefighter movie if you've never checked it out. The Sea Biscuits. I remember seeing this in the movie theater. Really, really good performance by what's his face, Tobey Maguire. Jeff Bridges is also in this movie as well. Army of Darkness. For a while, this was the only way to get the theatrical cut on an HD format. Now it has like a Blu-ray release and it has a Shout Factory release and yada yada, a bunch of different formats. But this was really big for this to come out on HD DVD, especially for horror fans that like me, that are really into these Evil Dead movies and anything Sam Raimi does. I will watch. So Army of Darkness, quite different from the first two. It's almost like a 180, but it's still very, very good. All right, another movie that I have not seen is Meet Joe Black. This does have a Blu-ray release as well. Have not seen it, but that cast of Anthony Hopkins and Brad Pitt, how could you go wrong? I lied. There is one more title that I accidentally double dipped on that I already have on Blu-ray, and I totally forgot when I bought it. That is Peter Jackson's The Frighteners Director's Cut, also starring Michael J. Fox. This movie is really fucking good. And this was when Peter Jackson was still doing like the psychological horror kind of ghost story movies. He was almost like, I kind of want to say he's kind of resembles Guillermo del Toro in that kind of like horror gothic kind of way. Next one up is The Bourne Identity. This was a really good movie. There's a lot of shaky cam in this movie, a lot, but it's really well done, and it doesn't take me out of the movie that much. Out of the Bourne Identity, kind of all the big trilogy kind of they did, the first one's always going to be my favorite. Something I've never seen. I've never read the book. Beowulf. Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. I have 2 copies of this. Again, I got a lot of my HD DVDs off of a big kind of bundle, and this was in it. I already had it, but factory sealed. Last movie is Pacino and Scent of a Woman. I have not seen this movie, but it has Al Pacino in it, and I love Scarface. That's one of my favorite gangster movies, or drug cartel movies, as people say. But I believe he got nominated for an Academy Award for this, so I don't think it's bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. That is my HD DVD collection. Nothing amazing, but it's a format I like to collect. There are a few, probably a handful of HD DVDs I would like to get my hands on. Clerks 2, I would love to watch that on HD DVD, even though I do have it on Blu-ray, but Kevin Smith is one of my favorite directors, and Clerks 2 is one of my favorite movies from him. So leave in the comments if you collect HD DVD, if you have any questions regarding HD DVD. Yeah, so that's it for this video.